You're right now, Alex. Thanks for joining us again. Obviously, standing by, you can see on the screen there, we're going to hear from the Prime Minister, the Premier and the various police chiefs about the update on what's happening with the investigation. You may not have seen this already, but we played a little earlier in our broadcast some quite incredible new vision from a dash cam that we've seen of two citizens who tried to tackle the elderly gunman early on, we believe, before it all began. You're aware of that?
Your colleague Alex Ryvchin just showed me actually on the way down, and it was extraordinary footage,
They look like early heroes trying to do the right thing.
I mean, they were, and it says something about the goodness of humanity, ultimately, that still exists here. And at the moment we're fixated on the evil necessarily, but when you see people seeing such peril and running towards it rather than fleeing it, it gives us hope. It gives us hope. And we know that in this country, there are overwhelmingly good and decent, fair-minded people. That's why this country is the greatest country on earth. And it was uplifting to see that at such a moment of peril. And so many stories are emerging of heroism, of people shielding their loved ones with their bodies, helping strangers up, looking out for each other.
I just spoke with this beautiful young mother before, Harvey, who shielded her baby. She literally smothered her child into the ground to try and she did save her child and their lives. Incredible, Alex, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But, you know, there's a human instinct in times of peril, obviously, to look after our children and protect our loved ones. That's built in, it's part of our biology. But when people go beyond that and actually risk their own lives and the lives of their loved ones to protect strangers, as we saw in that footage, that says something about the greatness of this country that still exists. That's what we're fighting for. We're trying to preserve it from the evil that wants to destroy, that looks at children and women and the innocent and wants to slaughter them in cold blood. And we can't allow that sort of movement, that sort of ideology to take root and become the dominant stream of this country.
Strong support for the community today. I've seen the Israeli ambassador and one of the Israeli cabinet ministers has flown in as well. Yeah, that's strong.
Look, the Jewish world is bleeding and we're a small people. I mean, few will realise there's only 15 million Jews in the world, and when a massacre of this sort happens, when we're targeted in this way, we all feel it, just as we felt October 7. We've shown solidarity with the people of Israel for the last 2 years since that atrocity and the hostage crisis, and now they're standing with us. But it's just appalling to think that we need foreign states to stand with us because we can't protect our own Jewish community. It says something about the low ebb to which we've been able to descend in this country.
I'm getting a sense of not rising anger, but certainly some hostility toward the government of the day. Tony Burke, under the cover of darkness, did a late-night visit here last night briefly, which I thought was surprising, and was certainly heckled. One person shouted out, "You have blood on your hands." You would understand that emotion, I guess? What do you make of it?
Look, I've seen the cycle of emotions that people are going through. I see it every step I take. I speak to more members of the community. They tell me their stories of near misses or the death of loved ones. They tell me how they're feeling and what they've been thinking for the last 2 years. And no one is shocked. We're shocked, of course, that so many people were killed. We're shocked, of course, that individuals have left us forever and their worlds are over. We're shocked by that. But the fact that what's happened for 2 years has manifested ultimately in a massacre, that hasn't surprised anybody.
No.
The fact that you and I are standing here at a memorial site for dead Jews, there's no surprise there. And so naturally people will look to our government, because we look to government to do the things we can't do for ourselves. Foremost among that, national security and protecting us. And the government, whether it was serious about it or not, it has failed to do that.
All right, Alex, I appreciate you joining me again. And as I said, we're going to bring this press conference live to get the latest details on the investigation, but I really appreciate you talking to us again. Thank you, Alex.
Anytime. Thank you so much.